So for today's video, I'm gonna give 5 simple vlogging tips for beginners that really would have helped me starting out if I had known them. So these are just some basic ideas that you can keep in mind while you vlog to increase the quality of your content. So I'm just gonna lay out 5 easy things that you can do to increase the quality of your content. These are things that if I had known, I would like my old videos better. These aren't absolute rules that you have to follow, but they are good guidelines. So number 1, look into the lens. Look into the lens when you're talking to the camera. If I could only give 1 tip in this video, it would be take that little screen over there and get rid of it and look right into the lens. It's really weird when people look at the little screen over there the whole time they vlog. So if I could just give 1 quick piece of advice, it would be to don't look at the screen or just close it so that you don't look at the screen. I want to make eye contact like I would in a conversation that I was enjoying. At first it's a little weird to always be staring into the camera lens, but over time it becomes completely natural. I don't mean that you can never break eye contact with the camera, but for the most part, you should be looking into the lens. If you want to do a shot that's like a thought question where you're talking to yourself, you know, you might look off and be like, I wonder which of my 3 hoodies I should wear tomorrow, and which knife will go best with them. So that's one reason to look away from the camera. When you're out in the world vlogging, you can be looking around and then talking to the camera, looking around some more and talking to the camera. The main thing to avoid is looking into the little screen that's next to your camera. If you've got a camera like mine, it looks weird. It looks weird. I'm watching myself do it. It looks weird. If you've got like a DSLR that has a flip out screen, then your screen's gonna be on one side of the camera. You're gonna be tempted to look into the screen. Don't do it. It's okay to look over there while you're framing up your shot. Make sure you have what you want in the background or however you wanna do it. But when you're actually talking, when you're actually delivering your message as a vlogger, when you're actually talking to the camera, don't look in that little screen no matter what. Casey Neistat even talked about this in his video about why he wore the sunglasses. He said the complete and total reason he wore those sunglasses was so that he could look in that little screen without you knowing it. So number 1, look right into the lens when you're vlogging. It'll look confident and it'll look natural. So number 2 is don't be boring. Now I'm not saying to not be yourself, but have a little enthusiasm. When I watch back some of my old vlogs, I'm like, yeah, today we went to the mattress store, that was pretty cool. And then we came home and I think back then I was kind of trying to have a serious vibe because I was nervous in front of the camera. It didn't take long for me to realize that I was doing like 20 takes and I'd pick the best one and it would be the one that I had showed enthusiasm. Each person's style is different, but if you're going to take your time and show what you did today, have a little enthusiasm unless you're talking about something really serious. And then decide how you're going to word it so that you can get your message across in an interesting and entertaining way. I'm not saying that you need to talk like this all the time when you look in the camera, because a little bit of enthusiasm goes a long way. I'm not saying to do that, but I am saying don't be boring. Number 3 is find some light. I would much rather watch a 720p video that has good lighting than like a 4K video that has low light and is grainy. Most cell phones can shoot HD. It doesn't really matter how good your camera is when you start out, but the lighting can make or break your video quality. So I'm gonna turn off my lighting. When I switch off my regular vlog lighting, my camera automatically jumps to 3200, and you'll notice in the video now the walls back here are gonna be more flickery. It's gonna be more grainy. It's like the color is compensated for, so my skin tones will become more blotchy and basically the detail gets lost. So now I'm gonna turn on one light that just lights up my face, and the camera will go ahead and compensate for that. Now the ISO will go lower and you'll be able to see more detail. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my lighting back on. The ISO of the camera will switch back to 400 or 800 from 3200, and I'll gain a lot of detail. The camera sits right there by this light. So this is my basic lighting setup that I use for all the vlogs where I just sit here at my desk and talk to the camera. So the 2 lights on the side are just 45 watt full spectrum CFLs. They're made for photography or video, and they're like $15 or $20 each. I'll post a link in the description. The middle LED light there, I got thinking I was gonna put it on top of the camera. So I never liked it on top of the camera, but I put it on a little tripod and I take it with me when I know I might need some kind of supplementary lighting. And then in situations where you can't get lighting like this, just turn on all the light. Like in my living room, I have to turn on all the light or else stand right by a light to vlog. I never even really vlog in my bedroom because it's all Philips Hue bulbs and it's just not bright enough. If I really want to vlog in my bedroom, I'd have to take some other lights in there. Don't be afraid to grab all the lamps you have and take them to the area where you're going to vlog in and get it really lit up, because it's going to show in the quality. You'll be able to see the details. It'll be worth it. So one more thing I'd like to add on the lighting is I have a Canon PowerShot that's like one of the cheaper ones, and it's not great in low light. So in lighting like I have in here, it's pretty good, it's all right. And then out in daylight, it's good. But when you get in a low light situation, it gets really grainy and the color becomes like really untrue. So depending on your camera and how well it handles low light, you might need more or less lighting. If you have a really expensive camera or a really expensive lens, then you can shoot more crisp and clear in low light. But for the most part, you're really gonna need to light it up. So spending a little bit of money on lights goes a long way. And you can really just buy the bulbs and screw them into regular lamps. You don't have to get like a softbox or anything like that to get started. Tip number 4, get the right shots. I know it's a vlog and I'm just talking to you and telling you what I did today, but there's 2 ways to go about it. You can shoot all day long and then edit for a long time to find the interesting stuff, or you can kind of plan what you're gonna say and get the shots. Some days I wake up and my plan is just to shoot all day long and get a lot of shots, and then I know that when I get to editing, I'll have a lot to work with. And then there's days where I wake up where I know I'm on a time crunch, or I just wanna create free time for myself. I'll ask myself, what's my video gonna be today? What shots do I need to make that video? And that's really about it. You can make a storyboard. Being a vlogger doesn't mean that you're showing every unedited moment of your life. It means that you're making the best video you can every time you upload a video. It's okay to make a storyboard or a shot list. Everybody's doing it and nobody's talking about it. The last tip I'll give is to create themes. Things that you do regularly in your videos. You probably know who Jenna Marbles is, or at least have an idea. One of the ongoing themes in her videos is that she shows her dogs. So her viewers know that sometimes they're gonna see your dogs. So in PewDiePie, a thing he uses is roasted. Somebody will say something bad about him and it'll have like a roasted graphic, or he'll say something bad about somebody and it'll have a roasted graphic. Those are just a few examples from the big YouTubers. In my own personal videos, I use time lapses out of the front of our mattress store. I use driving time lapses. That's kind of a B-roll theme I use. Another great way to have themes in your videos is through music. Like my intro music is the music I use throughout most of my vlogs, but then when I'm teaching something or being sarcastic about teaching something, I use classical music. Amanda says it's like having an inside joke with your audience, so when you use that underlying musical theme, it's kind of like being like, heh heh. Also use the same song every time I show my dogs doing anything. And then anytime I'm doing chores around the house, I've got another theme song I use for that. So music is another great way to create themes in your videos. Another ongoing theme in my videos is from time to time, I set up a camera while I'm driving. I'll talk about a bad driver around me. That's just one I throw in there here and there. If you watch Driving Me Crazy, sometimes he uses clips from movies to get his point across or add some comedic value. It doesn't have to be a certain thing, and you can probably already find themes within your videos. One of the great things about having themes in your videos is that you've got some go-to ideas that you can fall back on. Anytime throughout my day, I might notice something and be like, I'm gonna talk about that and use that classical music. It's gonna create one of those teaching moments. For me, it gives me some instant go-to ideas, and for you, it adds consistency to my vlog. So that's my 5 simple vlogging tips for beginners. And these aren't like strict rules that I follow, but these are things that I try to keep in mind, and then I feel like my content is a little bit better quality. So I just thought I'd share some of this stuff and do something a little different for my channel. If you like it, give me a thumbs up and I'll make more videos like this. So please leave me some comments down there. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button. I'm Bird Snake. Thanks for watching.